flight from Baltimore to Ramstein Air Force Base, the most uncomfortable flight one could imagine. I'm a former soldier returning to Germany, where my relatives fought during World War II. German acceptance of American military might has been a roller coaster of a ride with its ups and downs. We are currently on a slight downward slope with the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan so recent in our memory. My trip is a cultural excursion to gain knowledge about the formations of the modern German nation, and as an American it is difficult to understand what Germany has gone through to become a nation. Germany was forged over 1,000 years of wars, while the United States was created after one. I have been fortunate enough to visit more than a few beautiful castles and historic battle sites. Castles are a disparity in German and American culture that we have never experienced, because the U.S. doesn't know a whole lot about feudal systems where an aristocrat owns the territory and subjugates his people. The occupational forces that controlled much of Western Germany after World War II still had to deal with resistance, but once the civilians found out what their government did, they started seeing the Americans in a different light. Love for Americans peaked in the mid-1960s and then steadily declined because of our involvement in the Vietnam War. There are fewer American troops in Germany now because of downsizing, so Germans interact less with Americans than they ever did before. When I flew back into Germany from Turkey, the customs agent held me for longer than the others in my group. He asked me why I had entered through Ramstein Air Force Base. So Americans, soldiers, are becoming less common in Germany today. My daily interactions with Germans are not tainted with distrust or dislike for Americans. If anything, Germans have been extremely polite and accepting of an American exchange student. Their political view of the United States are leveling out with President Barack Obama socializing more aspects of American lives. With socialized healthcare and the exit from Iraq, Germans are viewing Americans differently because we are becoming more similar to Germans politically. Because of Germany's actions in World War II, the people today are much less willing to become involved in international conflicts. The fact that they helped in Iraq and Afghanistan was only because of their involvement in the United Nations. German and American relations have continued to thrive after World War II. Even after 2 bloody world wars, we are friends today. Although Germans are more blunt than Americans, we both have learned from our mistakes and strive to make the world a more peaceful place today.